Good morning. Marietta here. Welcome back to another video. I'm outside this morning, y'all, because it's a beautiful morning. We're going to go to 90 degrees here in South Carolina this morning. And I just wanted to come out and have a little chat and talk to y'all about setting boundaries. Somebody asked me a question. It was a very important question. And they asked me, could setting boundaries in your life keep you alone and keep you from making connections? In other words, could setting boundaries stop you from connecting with people? Certain people, yes, I really believe so, because people like it when they can just treat you any kind of way. When they like it when you're ignorant, they like it when they can come and borrow money from you and don't bring it back to you. They love it when they can come lay on your couch and not pay no rent. They love it when they can just come eat out of your refrigerator and they ain't gotta spend no money of their own. They love it when you be picking them up to take them everywhere and they do nothing for you. People love that kind of stuff. They love that kind of stuff when they can talk to you any kind of way and there's no boundary set. No boundary set. They begin to make everything that belongs to you belong to them with no repercussions, no thought about how you feel about it. They don't ask no questions, don't ask you, can they borrow this? Can they use that? Can they have that? No, they just begin to pick it up and take it after a while because there is no boundaries that you have set. And a lot of times when people look at you, when you don't have no boundaries, they look at you like you're beneath them. Yeah, they look at you like your life does not matter. You have no substance. They could care less what you got to say, really, truly. They just pretend that they're listening at you. And then even when you're laughing, they're not laughing with you. Most of the time, they're laughing at you because they already have a hidden agenda in their own mind of how they're going to treat you and how much they've gotten away with all this time. And then when you begin to wake up or you begin to grow up or you begin to start to see things different, because see, you're not allowed to change. You're not allowed to change at all. You're not allowed to do nothing different. You're not allowed to make decisions for yourself. You're not allowed to think for yourself, and let alone, God forbid, if you decide to move or you decide to make a major purchase or anything of that nature that's going to cause you to have to go into debt, because then they start to see that as you're taking bread off of their table. Because now they can't come and get nothing from you. They can't come borrow nothing from you. All of a sudden, doors are being shut. They're looking at it as if you now talking to them about your bills. They don't want to hear that. You want to talk to them about the things that you're going through, about the things that you want, your dreams and your aspirations. They want to hear none of that. That's when you know. That's when you know that person has actually truly tried their best to take over your life. And the minute you try to take your life back, you're ignorant. They can't stand you. You're changing. It's all your fault. You're ruining our relationship. You're not listening to me. You don't understand where I'm coming from. You get a whole bunch of foolishness out of people when you start to set boundaries for your life. When you decide you're not going to let them walk over you anymore. We're not going to walk on you. You're not going to be their doormat. You're not going to let them talk to you any kind of way. You're not going to lend them no more money because you got bills of your own. You got things that you're taking care of. Now all of a sudden you're taking responsibility for your own life. You don't have time to go with them everywhere they go no more. You've decided that you've got a different route that you want to take, and you don't make no other people. You can't add nobody else to the group, because if they're not your friends, if they're your friends, they don't want nothing to do with them, but they want to bring their ghetto friends around you all the time, and you have put up with it. You have laughed with them. You put up with it just to have somebody around, and then you realize that they were not for you, and you realize that's not your tribe, and you realize that you're better off going it alone by yourself, and you want to separate yourself from the group. Now, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like that? Oh, you acting funny. Oh, you acting brand new. Oh, you're changing. Yes, I'm acting brand new. I'm changing. I'm doing all of that. I'm doing all of that. And I'm doing all of that on purpose because I'm sick and tired of living the same way I've been living. I'm sick and tired of waking up the same way. I'm sick and tired of going through the same old things. I'm sick and tired of people taking advantage of me. So therefore, I have set boundaries. I have set boundaries for my life, and I'm setting boundaries, and I'm going to stick to them. Why? Because if you don't stick to them, let me tell you something. If you set boundaries and you don't hold yourself accountable and you don't stick to those boundaries, once people know that they can cross them boundaries, because they're going to pluck at them for real. They're going to pluck at them before they realize they're going to leave you, but they're going to pluck at them first to see if they can get you to tear them down, to see if they can get you not to abide by those boundaries. And once you allow them to cross them boundaries, oh, they got you. They got you. They got you because they're not going to take that serious, and they're not going to take nothing else you do serious from that point on. Oh, remember you was going to set boundaries before. Remember you weren't going to do all this. You weren't going to do that. Oh, you said we weren't going to do that. And then all of a sudden, see, they're not going to tell it to you to your face. They're going to think it in their mind at first while they're trying to cross these boundaries. And then once you allow them to cross them boundaries and you allow them to trick you out your spot, then there you go. There you go. There you go. And not only will they not have no respect for you at that point, they'll never have no respect for you. And then when you really try to enforce it, even after that, then they're going to walk away from you. They have no more use for you. They have no more use for you. And then you will be wondering what has happened to you. You'll think something's wrong with you, but you're the one set the boundaries. You set the boundaries. And let me tell you this, make sure when you set your boundaries, you are prepared to walk alone if you have to. Remember, when you set these boundaries, make sure that you are prepared to stand 10 toes down on what you believe and what you have set, the boundaries that you have set for the course of your life. For the course of your life, especially in this season, beloved, make sure that when you set these boundaries, that you know exactly what it is you want, how far you're going to let people go, how you going to let people move in your life, and watch how they move. Watch how they move and be careful how they're moving. That's why sometimes it's better when you're all alone. Sometimes it's better when you're by yourself. Because you truly can see how people are moving at that time. You truly can see how they're moving. Yeah, so you got to watch how they move. And, there are certain boundaries that you can set, such as even physical boundaries, about your personal space. You don't want people invading your personal space. You can set boundaries of how close you want people to get to you, how people treat you when they're around you, whether they're all up in your space, all up in your face. Set some boundaries, back up, you know what I'm saying? You got a right to set boundaries and not allow people to just treat you any kind of way or be putting their hands all over you or touching all over you. You got to set some boundaries in this season because people have lost their mind most of the time, and even set some boundaries of how close you get to people. Make sure that you're giving people their personal space because that means a lot. I mean, if you tell people, if they're in your home and you tell people, they don't live there, you want them to lock the bathroom door when they go into the bathroom door because, some people don't know how to knock. They just open the door. Set some boundaries. If you in your car, don't let nobody just jump in your car and start turning on your radio and playing what they want to play and changing your music from what you already got planned. Set some boundaries. Don't let people come into your house and start telling you, what to watch on your television. They just come right in your house and start turning on your TV and start turning on your appliance, turn your heat up and down. You got to set some boundaries with some folks because sometimes people don't understand that, you feel this way until you set some boundaries. But yes, you're going to go through something when you start setting boundaries in your life. People will walk away from you because of the fact that they want to be able to use your things the way they want to, and they want to be able to control you to a certain extent. That's another form of control. It's another form of disrespect too, as well. Because when you begin to set boundaries, people will actually feel as though that they want to live in your life the way they want to live. They want to move the way they want to move. They don't want to abide by the rules that you have set for your life. You don't got a right to have no standards. Those are your standards, your boundaries, and you stick to them. If and so you got a favorite chair that you like to sit in, and you've already told people that that is your chair, then that is your chair. When they're there, they ain't got no business sitting in your chair. You make them get up out of your chair and let them know that is your chair. And if and so they leave, be okay letting people go out of your life that don't want to respect your boundaries as well. Now let me tell you this, be okay letting people go out of your life when they don't want to respect your boundaries, because when you start setting boundaries, I'm trying to tell you, people don't like it when you set boundaries. They're not going to like you. But those that will like you are the ones that also have boundaries for their life. You will get rid of some, but then some will come. I have met some good people that have boundaries. One of my big things is do not come to my house without calling me. Call me before you come. I like to know exactly who's coming to my house. I like to know exactly what time you coming. Set some boundaries. Set some boundaries even in your dating life. Don't allow yourself to be sitting there 2 and 3 hours after the date done started and you ain't got picked up yet. You still sitting in the house waiting for somebody to come and pick you up. Don't allow nobody to treat you like that. Don't allow nobody to take advantage of you like that. Set some boundaries. Give yourself a time limit. Give yourself a time limit of which you will wait to be picked up. If you're not picked up by a certain time and you already dressed and you got your sexiness on and you want to go on out there and enjoy your life, go and enjoy your day by yourself. Go and enjoy your evening by yourself. Wherever you was going to go, get your 2 pieces on and continue on with your date. I mean, you got to understand that when you start setting boundaries in your life, it will leave you lonely to a certain extent. But it's only if you allow loneliness to creep into your life and you allow yourself to feel pressured not to enforce these boundaries because of the fear of those that are supposed to be your friends, those that are supposed to be in your inner circle, walk away from you. They're not your friends if they walk away, because those you will get rid of the disrespect, but then after a while you will meet some people that have boundaries, and they will respect yours. They will respect yours because they have some of their own. You can't get in their car and start eating chips all over their car, all over their new vehicle. They're not going to allow it. They don't want that grease all up in their vehicle. They would rather park somewhere, let y'all get out instead of the park and eat or whatever. Some people just don't like you eating in their vehicle. And if you know you're the type of person that's a vehicle eater, get your own vehicle. Get your own vehicle. Tell them you'll meet them at the spot. That way you can eat and do what you want to do in your vehicle. But you've got to respect the boundaries of that other person's vehicle. I know a lot of people that are like that. They do not want people eating in their vehicle, and they're not going to allow you to eat in their vehicle. I know some people that only want to play country music in their vehicle, and that's all you're going to hear if you get in there. So you got to understand that when you are moving with other people, you got to respect their boundaries. Because if you don't, you will be moving by yourself. So to a certain extent, will setting boundaries, the question is, will setting boundaries cause you to be lonely? Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. It all depends on how you look at it, but that's the question. You got to set some boundaries for your life no matter what. Because if you don't set none, you will make yourself a target to be walked all over, used and abused, and before you know it, you'll be heartbroken. You'll be a broken person because of the fact that you had no boundaries. And when you didn't have no boundaries, you had a lot of people, and the minute you set some, you end up by yourself. So I hope that helps. Y'all be blessed, and I pray that you will set some boundaries for your life, that you will continue to keep enforcing, and don't let nobody cross them boundaries, and you will live your life in a better, happier, joyful way if you set some boundaries and wait on the right people to come into your life. Y'all be blessed. And so you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. I want to thank everybody out loud for helping us get to that 10K. Now we're off the 20K. Yes, we're off and running right now. If you haven't turned your notification bells on, please turn your notification bells on so you'll be notified when I drop my next video. Y'all be blessed.